Hello, this is Dalen75 Games. You're watching another Project 1999 EverQuest video. Yes, it's another guide, and yes, it's of Oggok, the Flintstone-like city. So I'll just run inside the city. I just remember, I think the last time I've been here, it was a year ago, and I remember it just being enormous. I think I was with this character too, actually. It's over a year ago. I've actually had this game, I've been playing this game for about 2 years now. Yeah, come this month, September, 2 years. That's, wow. Actually, before that, I think I started in August of 2013, and it's now September of, somebody was killing, oh, what's this? Somebody was killed in necromancer skeleton form, I take it. Somebody was trying to kill these ogres. Yeah, they're apprehensive to me. I don't think I can really find anybody that likes me. There is an ambassador in here. Apparently the ambassador they're going to try to bring over to EverQuest next. That's in here. And the other ambassador, Divin, that's in Crushbone as well. So what do you do here? I guess there's no guards right in the entrance. That's a little different. Oh, I just saw the back hair. I didn't know ogres had that. Yeah, who wants to look at the back of a naked ogre? Anyway, so he sells stuff. Actually, it's pretty good. He has bottled milk, bandages right here. Not bad, actually, and food, rations. Every city should have that. Right before you leave, that's just perfect. Some cities you have to look wide and far just to find. I don't know if he sells water. Sometimes just finding water can be a pain. I don't think he does. He should actually if he has. I mean, he has fishing bait as well. Iron ration, water flask. Yeah, he's got every basic thing you need. Pretty cool. The ogres did something right. Yeah, so like very wide. It has to be very wide because, I mean, there is a bit of a physics thing in the game, and between players you can run into them. Half the time you run right through people, but if you run right up to them, I'll go try this guard. Nope. Of course. At least that's the way I remember it in Classic. I don't know if they changed that later on. So I know that as an ogre, like say in Kelethin, you can block the door to go into the bank. And if you make that ogre invisible, which has happened, I didn't do it. The gyms would be on your butt for that one. It's actually kind of funny. Back in 1999 when the game first launched, we tried something like that, but you have a lot of people really frustrated, not knowing why they couldn't get into the damn bank. But yeah, I heard somebody actually did do that, and I remember that from Classic. Back in my younger years, I mean, I'm 39 now, but back then, I was 23 when I first started the game. I just loved the idea of disrupting the game and not frustrating players, but doing stupid stuff. I used to really think that was really funny back then. So he's Prak. So he sells arrows and yeah, fletching stuff basically. So I went left. I'd have to look at the map of the city. This is surprisingly a lot on Oggok. Whoa. Just looking at the map, it looks like it's about twice the size of Grob. 7 pages, including the map, so 6 pages of actual reading for the lore backstory. And there's a lot about quests, the newbie quests here, so I'm going to go over all that, which is going to make for a long part of the reading from the wiki. Bouncer Scone, Bouncer Haran. So yeah, they do need to have these wide, so your ogre character can move about. And I mean, if 2 ogres are trying to pass each other and they get stuck, that wouldn't really be very conducive to gameplay, now would it? I guess trolls are about as wide as ogres, too. Oh. I guess that was like, that's the guard outpost? Because, as far as I know, they couldn't really... Looks like there's an ogre up top? I think so, yeah. Way up there? I don't know how you get him to come down. Oh, here is the Priest of Discord. This is where you start out as a newbie player. Ogre newbie. Probably start right by here. Probably also, as a new player to the game, wondering why there's a human as your Priest of Discord, and I don't know. I wish it was more race centric, but I don't know. I wish they actually made them look a little bit different. But then if I had all my wishes about this game, it would be the game I would never stop playing. I'd hook myself up to. So no game can be perfect. Real life has to be lived somehow. So Sukuna, it's actually not a bad name for an ogre. I'll never forget, kind of giving away the name, and somebody probably won't name a female troll this now. But yeah, we were talking about funny names for like the trolls and ogres back in my Rift guild back in 1999. I remember one of the female players in the game said she would make a female troll and name her Sagly, first name, and then for the last name Teets. So Sagly Teets. Yeah, I don't know why I remember that. It's just some of the name combinations that people came up with back in the day had us snickering. And there's also, I don't really know what Grop does. He just sells some, what does he do? Shields and stuff like that. People used to, because if you duel each other, the name gets sent out worldwide, right? The name of the two people who are dueling, doesn't matter who won. I don't know if it does it in Project 99, but it used to do that back in Classic, and you would see some nasty names. And people would just create characters just to get the name out and laugh. And then I don't know if they deleted them or not, but I do remember this one guy had a name Sheep Humper, and yeah, the list was endless. It was just something you saw a few times every day. Some idiots would create characters like that. Not really funny, but just like, I'm laughing at it because it's so stupid right now. Okay, so I see the outpost, and I saw the two buildings there. So, oh, weird. So if you keep going up to the top here, it does a big loop to the right, but to the left here, it's kind of weird. You'll see it's kind of like spaghetti. Still really wide, even though it's kind of maze-like in here. So there's a lot of people, a lot of names that are going to be going, what the hell? Kerplo Dirt Carver. Kerplo. The size of these tables. Yeah, there's a lot of names for the quest givers I'll be going over. I'm not going to go up to each one because that'll have me running back and forth for the whole time. And if I could just quickly read it out when I go over the wiki, as you see me running around endlessly like a chicken with his head cut off, I'll just be going over. A lot of them tell you where they are. He's at the Shadow Knight Guild, or holy crap, this makes me feel small right here. I feel very small. If I was I've never played a gnome character. I imagine that the perspective would be quite a bit different, but Bouncers, Puglala, Umbrana. Well, I wonder what ogres make that's actually really good. Is there anything that they do? They're trying to remake their image in EverQuest Next, like they're not these big stupid people. They're actually big, strong, and they fall onto hard times. I think, was their cities overrun by the dragon? Like there's some massive invasion if you go by the lore in the new EverQuest Next. Like they've changed it. It's not a continuation of EverQuest, and it's not a continuation of EverQuest 2. Apparently and all three games, EverQuest 1, 2, and EverQuest Next, they all have their own alternate universe that they exist in. And in EverQuest Next, it's a little bit neat. It's like there was elven and human kingdoms all throughout this world, and they were all overrun by this massive dragon hordes, and they have like all these other creatures, reptilian type creatures. One of them is invisible? I'm not sure, but there was some really nasty ones that bite people's heads off. Then there's like these massive kobold armies, like tens of thousands of them. They'll just overrun you. So much of the world has been destroyed, and everybody's fleeing. I think the ogres actually lost their homeland, and there's not so many of them left anymore. But they're not the big stupid people that are in this game, right? So this guy Growlbug sells patterns. Chainmail pattern. Weird. I thought, isn't that okay, so like this is chainmail. I'm not sure what this. I don't know where their forge is, what their unique armor is. Every race has a unique armor set in this game. I don't really think people go out of their way to make them for their characters. It's pretty costly to do it. Oh, weird. Yeah. Oh, talk about Flintstone. Like this, I always found this was a little bit neat how it dives down here. Yeah, so it's pretty easy to get lost, and I think somewhere back in this area, I'm not sure if the ambassador's on this side or not. Not sure why it went down and then it goes up. It's a bit of a waste, but I don't know. Waste of effort and time that they did constructing this, and then it goes down and then it goes up again. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think that they're as good as dwarves at their engineering. What the hell? This goes to nowhere. I think. No, it goes somewhere. Well, at least they tried, you know. The trolls don't even try. They just... Greenblood Guild. Oh, I think this is the Shadow Knight. Oh, this brings back memories. I haven't seen this in a while. I'm not sure if I came over here when in Project 99 before. Now, I had a Shadow Knight Ogre. And I remember coming in here being low level, probably 7, 8, 9. Maybe even lower, I don't remember. And I was somewhat new to the game, probably playing it for about 3, 4 months at that point. Maybe less. And so some higher level Shadow Knight Ogre walks in. And I kind of had the concept that everything is a little bit of role-playing in it. So I went up to him and I said, you me elder, you tell me what to do. And he said, his words were, go forth and basheth. And those words of wisdom is what he imparted upon me. Sunog, yeah. That's maybe eggnog. Bonlarg. So these are their guild leaders. Probably train you. And these guys will probably sell you... Yeah, they sell you the spells and stuff like that. Green blood. So the room is painted a bit green. Kind of makes sense. Something the ogres did do right. I can't say much for the way that they have their hallways, though, but... Wow. Pretty twisty. Oh, see, they actually... This isn't too bad. They actually put some effort. Or maybe there was one smart ogre. But like I said, different alternate universes, so, I mean, in this one, it pretty much appears that the ogres are big, dumb oafs. A little bit smarter than trolls. But no regeneration, like trolls have. Where does this go down? Oh, lava. Yeah, I think that's lava, or is that... Anyways, I'm not going to jump in there. I've already had fun with jumping in and dying. So, okay, the ladder leads up. I don't even know if I can go up that ladder. I guess maybe I can. I think that... Is this the way I came in? Jeez, it was easier to get around the troll place. Grob. Gun trick. Not a member of the warrior class, be gone. See, I don't know. They seem to like making their walkways look like this. I don't even know what this is about. Maybe this is for warriors? I'm gonna look at the legend on the map. I think I went into an area that's not the spaghetti area. Yeah, I don't even know where I am. Sorry, I didn't know where I am. I know where I am now. Is anybody even here in the zone? Well, there's a few. A newbie, ogre, shaman. So, is there any kind of leadership in this place? I'm not sure. They do have a bank, of course. If they don't have a bank, it'd be pretty disappointing. It's actually off of here, where I am, to the east. So, since heading to the east. Is it right here? Yeah, for the life of me, I don't remember what their bank was like. Where to go for it. Bone smacker. I'm not seeing any bank here. It's what the legend is saying, and the map is showing. Weird. Yeah, it's to the east. It's kind of like, yeah, in the middle to the east. And we need to go... So this has got to be the east. Well, I've run around here several times. I don't see it. How the hell did you get to the bank? No clue. I think this is the way that I came in. I cannot be sure. Oggok's Keep. This is the bank. Right? Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, this is not what is shown on the map. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, this is the outer ring. I was thinking of going around the ring. It doesn't show the middle part of the Warriors Guild, that rise. So yeah, this is the bank. I think I may have this letter, a sealed letter. May be for the ambassador here. If I can find the ambassador, I'll try giving it to whomever it is. Well, they actually have a vault. Actual vault. An armadillo, what the hell? I don't know what's going on with that. Anyways, I do know where I am, and I think I'm supposed to go this way. This is north, right? Yeah. And yeah, just past here. So they do have some strange going-ons here, armadillo. Meat and drink to buy? To buy? Holy man, I feel like a gnome. So we buy little basic... It's hard to see exactly what they sell. Oh, this is Oggok Swill Chugger. So it's all like barley hops, stuff to make alcohol with. Get over there. So there's a bouncer right next to the drink, which makes sense. And Clerg sells red wine and short beer. Brandy, all the basic alcohol stuff. And that's where I came in, I think. Unless they have the same sign. I thought I came in this way, no. They do have the same sign. Okay, close the door. Meat and drink to buy. I don't get it. Well, they have armadillos running around all over the place. This looks like alchemist stuff to me. Pordopa? Yeah. Herbs and stuff. Another one, Aurora dirt stamp. Bandages. These letters of Jonas. I have no idea what that's about. It's cheap though, it's just for silver. So yeah, keep in mind, I try to put out one of these a week, and if you're just here for the EverQuest videos, then you're going to have to kind of stomach the other videos I put out the other 6 days out of the week. I put out 2 to 3 videos Monday to Saturday. And I noticed I get a lot of unsubs, and I think about 1/5, 20%? Yeah, 20% unsubs. So I think a lot of people come and they want to see the EverQuest videos, and they get frustrated or think that I'm not doing them anymore. Which is not the case. I've started with these videos pretty much, and I don't think I'll end with them, but they're going to go on for a while, so have no fear. Once a week. I wasn't putting out any videos for about a month and a half because I was pretty ill, and I explained that in the last few videos. So Varrock neck chopper. So don't worry about it. I mean, you just have to take it. That's how I do it with my channel. I don't have the time to make these videos every day. I really don't. I mean, I could put out crap stuff that is what I did today in EverQuest. What I did today. No, that's just not really that interesting. You can't really make Let's Plays of this. You could try, but you'll lose people. Metal armor. So I mean, I do my best. I was for probably about a good 6 months really trying to get all the classes up, and my classes, that my 2 main characters anyways, the Shadow Knight and the Shaman, up in level, and showing off quests and stuff like that. But with 2 kids, one of them just turned 1. I have a 4-year-old who has basically ADHD. He is, I don't know who's worse sometimes. It's crazy when it's just me, and my wife is working full-time. There is no effing way that I can put in the effort that I did a year back, and that's why I slowed it down after my second son was born. Just couldn't do it anymore. I knew it. That's why I switched over to doing a lot of guides. I occasionally put out a video here and there about quests or just what I'm doing to level up. And sometimes those are easier than putting out a guide video. Like this one might take me a while today because it's just so much reading and so much to explore. I don't know what this place is. I think they're selling armor based on what's on the wall. Lopuka. Yeah, chainmail gloves and stuff like that. Zarg Nightbane. Plate mail. Ah, that really wasn't done too well. There's a picture just starting on the floor. So they missed that when they designed this place. Leather armor, so I mean it's pretty explanatory. These doors are huge. Duga Tear Stopper. So cloth, sewing, and I guess leather work. Same thing. Juk Hide Beater. Okay, so looking at the map, I think I know where... This just goes into a big, expansive place. It may... What's 13? Maybe where the ambassador is to the right. And well, we've already been to the Shadow Knight Guild. We don't need to go back. That's to the left. I think if I know where I am. Okay. So if I go left here, I think this will take me up. There's one last room to the left right here. Yeah, I know exactly where I am. It's like I haven't been here for a while, so I think this is just another... Oh no, sells fish? Fish and alcohol maybe? Water flask. I take it not many people come this far into Oggok. There's really nothing but the basic stuff here. So you can cook here. The oven. It's not really something I've done much with in the game. Cooking. And I guess it sells some cooking supplies too. There's frosting and stuff like that. Some people have come and sold to Krunga, so people do come out this far. And this is just a dead end, but there could be somebody here. But there's nothing in legend. It just leads to a dead end. Should, yeah. No magic wall or anything like that. Or, sorry, secret entrance, secret door. Illusionary wall, whatever they call it. That really reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons, the pen and paper game. Illusionary wall, secret door. Just mark it down as on the square on the map. Okay. Oh, there's a player, Ogre. First one we've seen. His name is Naruna, and I think is he the level? Yeah, he's the level 1 shaman. Bouncer Druck and Skuck. So I do want to find that frickin' ambassador. I don't know where the ambassador is. Oh, this is back to the Greenbloods. So, oh, that's the, yeah, to the back was the way that, a little bit crazy, I don't know. And it goes all over the place. Well, the bouncers look at me indifferently. I think, are the trolls, are they apprehensive? Which way am I heading? Northwest. Yeah, I think I know where I'm going. This is a big open area. I have no idea how an ogre died here. Maybe they attacked the bouncer. So yeah, I've come full circle. And I would like to find the ambassador, actually. I want to try handing in that thing. So yeah, I went through all the eastern part of the map, the Greenbloods, the warriors. So let's see on the legend if they have the oh yeah, Ambassador K. Rin. He's at number 2, and that is the end of a maze-like structure. Trying to figure out how to go. Okay, there's 2 openings that it shows here, but what about the center? Okay, well, this opening will lead to him, I believe. Greta Mog. This looks like, is it tailoring? I don't know. I don't know what she's supposed to sell. Sewing kit. Okay, a giant sewing kit. A giant immovable sewing kit. Okay, so when I go around here, should hit number 1. And number 1, Shaman Guild. So yeah, that's the only other guild. It's actually perfect. This can't be the Shaman Guild. Oh, not member of Shaman class. Be gone. I guess it is. It just looks like part of the hallway. How the hell is this a guild? Okay, so if I take the right way... Sorry, looking at the map as I run. That was the Shaman Guild. There are no idea where all the vendors for the spells are, which I find a little bit weird. No spells there. Zulort. Okay, so it's kind of split. Oh, here they all are. Yeah, some spells. So here's all the Shaman Guild. Rupal. Green hair. Weird. Oh, she's red to me. So yeah, here's all the people. They're not really... kind of dressed... not really like shamans, like how I would view a shaman. I don't know, I mean, maybe how she's dressed, but... they should... just something to, like, denote that they're not some average common folk ogre. And they don't really look much different to me. So let's keep going. It's gonna go a bit looping back and forth. It's a bit crazy back here, actually. Okay, so one of these... that's where I came from, right? So, what's that? Blossom? Boslem Blossom Pet. I don't know who that is. That's not even listed. I think it's this one, the ambassador's down at the end. Or maybe not. Yes, I had it right. Ambassador K. Ren. Kindly. Get your wretched hide away from me. Who knows that what vile stench you have been rolling around. Do not speak with me unless you have some glimmer of intelligence. So I guess that's how he typically greets the ogres here. I'm gonna hand this. Could be to the wrong person. Oh, is it this? Note of recommendation. Well, I don't think... I send you this worship of our Lord Hate as you've requested. A sense that this hate is strong and who prove a valuable member of the Spires of Innerok. Sincerely, your sister priestess Zaxxon. That's like my beginning note. I think that letter is actually in the bank, for crying out loud. Focus on what I'm doing. There's nothing here that... I am smart. There's nothing here that's like has the brackets around it, so I don't know what to say to him. So that's basically Oggok, and I'm gonna run around. I'm gonna go see who that pet is. I'm gonna run around and read you guys the lore now. Oggok is simple from the outside, and if you were to fly over the cove, you would only see a few small huts and one large building jutting from the face of the side of it. However, most of the city lies underground, as the ogres have carved out a place to live despite their limited space. Most of the area is very confusing to individuals who have never been there before, which I would think had been intended if it were not for the general stupidity of ogres. Jub might say that a troll had designed the place. I wonder about that myself. Surrounding areas. The Firrot is a land that the ogres call home. Many of them live within a short distance from their town, and live in relatively safety through their strength. Also, the creatures that inhabit the Firrot are generally weaker than in the neighboring Inithul swamp, or at least are organized enough to keep them to themselves. Unlike the Froglucks, the lizard men of the Firrot exist only in small camps, and could easily be decimated by an organized group of ogres if they made too much of a nuisance of themselves. The nearby Wrath Mountains are a dangerous place, inhabited by the ghosts of ancient towns that lay destroyed throughout it. Hill giants make their homes in the peaks near Lake Wrath, and lizard men have also ventured into them, as well as other stranger creatures, which I saw at a distance but chose not to comment on in case I am incorrect. The Inithul swamp is also nearby and is the home of the trolls. Many ogres travel there to smash froglucks to obtain their cloth-like skins for armor, since there are not any bears nearby for tailors to practice a trade. I found a bear in the Firrot. Traveling to and from Oggok. Oggok opens into the Firrot in an area that looks like a small ogre town. with several small clusters of huts and shops. Many of the town's artisans live outside of its walls and within range of the guards for the town, although they rarely need to call on them for aid. Traveling to the northwest through the Wrath Mountains, I always mix that up, Wrath Mountains, eventually leads to the plains of Krana and lands beyond. Traveling east through Inithil Swamp eventually leads to the Desert of Roe and Freeport and the lands to the east. History. The history of Oggok is poorly kept. What is known is largely unimportant and hardly illuminating. This was the last city to be built before Murdunk fell, and is now the last Ogre city standing. At first, the city's inhabitants were untouched by the curse. They tried to keep things as best as they could. However, each generation grew worse until the Ogres were much as we find them today. In the time since they reached this nadir of intelligence, the city had fallen to pieces. The once proud structures, decorated with tribal carvings and depictions of heroic conquest, have fallen. The structures that have taken their place pale in comparison. Yeah, it's pretty bad there. Now, the Ogres have stagnated. Little changes, little happens. Their minds are so limited and broken they barely notice. Newbie quests. First of all, Oggok's Crackneck Warriors and Greenblood Shadow Knights, the two major guilds, are fighting amongst each other. Doing quests for the Warrior Guild gives negative faction for the Shadow Knight Guild. Doing quests for the Shadow Knight Guild doesn't hurt your faction with the Warrior Guild, though, so you can fix it as long as you won't go KOS. That's weird, okay. Doesn't hurt your faction with the Warrior Guild. Doing quests for Chief Duga or Clerg gives faction ups and with both of them, and some quests with the Oggok Bouncers or Clerg himself. Shaman Guild of Oggok is aligned with Greenblood Shadow Knights. Their faction is called Shaman of War, but technically both the Shamans and the Shadow Knights are known as Greenbloods. But doing their quests does affect neither the Shadow Knight or Warrior factions. Just keep in mind that certain quests, such as Noble Crests, can get you KOS with the Shadow Knights awfully fast. None of the quests in Oggok increase faction with Oggok merchants, so Dark Elves and Trolls don't bother. Clerg and Duga are on faction Clerg, which can be improved by doing their quests, so you can possibly use them as vendors in the city after some effort. Although some Dark Elves, probably based on deity or lack thereof, can use the city's merchants with only the base faction. This section here temporarily. Okay, I don't quite know what that meant. Lizard meat. Cogna. So it's K-O-G-N-A, Cogna, in the Warriors Guild, wants 4 pieces of lizard meat from the lizard men in the Fear Rot. Note that doing this quest gives negative faction with the Oggok Shadow Knight Guild. Reward Rusty Two-Handed Axe and experience. Sunog in the Shadow Knight Guild also wants 4 pieces of meat from the lizard men in the Fear Rot. Note that doing this quest gives negative faction with the Grob Shadow Knight Guild. The Grob Shadow Knight, oh. Yeah, they don't quite like each other, because there's a quest from the Shadow Knights in Grob, the Troll Shadow Knights, to kill newbie Ogres and take their starting tunics. I don't know how you would do that. I guess you have to be on the red server for it. But I'm not sure if you can still take items from... And plus, it's if I remember right, it's no drop, so I don't know what they were doing with that. Good intentions at the start. I guess they changed it later for balance or for gameplay. Issues probably came up that they changed it. Okay, so reward Rusty Two-Handed Sword experience. Of the two, Sunog gives more experience. 3% at level 3. Froglug Tadpole Flesh. Zulort in the Shaman Guild wants 4 Froglug Tadpole Flesh. Reward Burst of Flame spell and experience. Lizard Tails. Horgus in the Warriors Guild wants 4 Lizard Tails from the Lizard Men in the Fear Rot. Note these don't attack. Doing this quest once again gives negative faction with the Oggok Shadow Knight Guild. Reward Leather Armor and experience. Grivak in the Shadow Knight Guild wants 4 Lizard Tails from the Lizard Men in the Fear Rot. Note, these don't stack. Doing this quest... What the heck? I said they don't attack last time, didn't I? They don't stack. Damn it. Sorry, guys. So they don't stack. Doing this quest once again gives negative faction with the Grob Shadow Knight Guild. Your faction standing with Clerg got better. Greenblood Knights got better. Kazun Stormhander got worse. Shadow Knights of the Night Keep got worse. Reward is spells and experience. Lizard Dolls. Grivak in the Shadow Knight Guild wants 2 Lizard Mystic Dolls from the Lizard Man Mystics in the Fear Rot. Note, these don't stack. Nor do they attack, I guess. I don't know. Doing this quest once again gives negative faction with the Grob Shadow Knight Guild. Reward spells, backpack, and experience. Greenblood Shadow Knight Tunic. Bonlarg in the Shadow Knight Guild wants 3 Scout fifes from Lizardmen Scouts, and the newbie tunic you got from turning in your scroll. Doing this quest once again gives negative faction with the Grub Shadow Knight Guild. Reward Black Shadow Tunic experience. That's kind of neat. You kind of upgrade your starting tunic. Ralos Initiate. Zulord in the Shaman Guild wants 3 Mystic Dolls from the Lizardmen Mystics and an Alizu Valu medicine bag from the Mystics. Reward Initiate symbol of Ralos deck. Ogre Shaman only. The Emissary. Marta in the Shaman Guild will spawn Emissary Glib up in the Bouncer Keep near Fearrot entrance. When told the proper phrase, she claims you need to rise a few ranks, but asking about secret mission will start the quest. Glib wants a Frog Luck Eye necklace from a Troll Slayer captain in Inuthul Swamp. They give negative faction with Grob guards. The quest goes on further from this, but isn't really worth the effort since the final reward is just a level 15 shaman spell. Okay. Reward various minor weapons or rarely the Hopper Spear or the Forager Bag experience. Well, if someone wants to do it, they should have listed it. Marta's secret mission. Okay, listed it. Here it is. Continuing from the emissary quest, go on to a frog-like prisoner in Grob. I've seen plenty of those there. Found past the bank and the Shaman Guild area. Tell him the phrase told by Glib, and he will tell you that he does not trust you and wants you to bring him an intestine necklace. Oh, yummy. Which drops from troll guards, the bashers, which are some level 30-ish at least. Okay. Once you give him the necklace, he gives you back a vial and wants you to go get a medicine from the forager, what's his name, at Inuthul Swamp, a Frogluck in chain tunic near Guck entrance. He's on Frogluck faction and most likely KOS, but being green, he won't attack. And will take the vial and give you back the medicine the prisoner wanted. He gives you a note which tells of a troll called Zimbiddle, training lizardmen magic. You might as well kill Zimbiddle now that you're running past him. He gives no faction hits, not sure if bashers assist him, but he roams far from them, so it shouldn't be hard to catch him alone and kill him. He drops Zimbiddle's pouch, a container, take the note given by the prisoner to Marta, and he tells you to kill Zimbiddle and bring proof of the deed. Give her the pouch, and you get from Zimbiddle's corpse, considering you have to kill a level 30-ish guard and a level 12-ish troll slayer and the 10-ish Zimbiddle for the quest, getting several faction hits against trolls as you do. The reward for this quest is hardly worth it. You get a level 15 spell, which seems to be Spirit Pouch. You can purchase it from the vendor next to Marta for about 5 gold pieces. Yeah, it's not really worth it. I've never known anybody that playing as an ogre hates trolls, or vice versa. They're kind of allies in a lot of sense. At least in the game, the way players play anyway. So, another quest, feeding Duga. Chef Duga near Klurg will take any single human high elf erudite flesh dropped mostly by the hunters roaming Guck entrance at Inuthul Swamp, or the solo spawn of some same hunters at the inn in Wrath Mountains. Interesting. Reward money and experience. So they take all these good race flesh. Money and experience. So pickled froglets. Give Chef Duga 3 pickled froglets, baked from froglet meat, plus vinegar, plus jug of sauce, and 10 gold pieces. Reward Ogre Butcher Apron, experience faction. I'd do that. If I knew about all these quests, I totally would have done them as an ogre. Frogluck Leg Delivery. Chief, except for the ones that harm the Grob faction. Chef Duga wants you to deliver preserved legs to the gobbler found in Neriak Foreign Quarter. Reward money, experience, Stark Rose Quartz, common, Ogre Meat, Cleaver, rare, and Ogre Butcher Gloves, very rare. Noble Hunters. The human elf erudite hunters found roaming in Inuthul Swamp near Guck drop a Noble's Crest occasionally. I had no idea there was such thing as these in there. I don't remember going through that in the Wiki when I did Inuthul Swamp. Take these to Guntrick in Ogre Warrior Guild. Note that doing this quest severely hurts your Ogre Shadow Knight Guild faction. Guntrick also mentions the map from the dwarf. He spawns rarely at the swamps, but more often in the inn in Wrath Mountains. Oh, weird. Okay. But have never seen the dwarf drop the map. The quest must have not worked on live either. Reward Bronze Two-Handed Axe experience. Cleric's Revenge. Cleric has heard of an imposter selling a drink which carries the same name and recipe as his famed Flaming Cleric. He wants you to run to Neriak Foreign Quarter and find an ogre lady called Pungla near the PvP arena there. Kill her and take her head to Cleric. Beware, killing Pungla gives a faction hit against Neriak vendors and guards. It's not worth it as a Dark Elf. Or an ogre, if you ask me. Reward coin faction experience. Crudstein quest. Speak to Lork in the Warrior Guild. He wants you to kill a fat alligator found in the Inuthul Swamp. Had no idea there's such thing as that there either. Think he's stationary at the northeast parts of the zone and loot an ogre arm. Giving Lork the arm gives you a cracked stein. Take this stein to Neriak to Uglan in Neriak Foreign Quarter near PvP Arena. He tells you to kill an orc runner found in the Butcher Block Mountains, although noted him a few times in Nectalos. Yeah, there is one in Nectalos. And bring Lork the sealed letter the runner drops. Lork gives you a Crude as a reward at this point and sends you to the Gatormash Mall quest. Note, Crude is best found on vendors at Oggok or looted off the bouncers at some rubbish inferior races, as some rubbish inferior races are there killing them all the time. This quest also gives a negative faction hit with the Oggok Shadow Knight Guild. Reward Crude experience. Gator Smash Mall. Lork sends you off to kill the 2 ambassadors of Neriak and bring him their hearts. One of them is found in Oggok, behind the Shaman Caves. There's a lonesome bouncer standing in one of the caves there. At certain hours, somewhere in 7 AM or such, he despawns and Ambassador K. Rin spawns on his place. Kill him and loot his heart. He also drops a Dragoon Dirk very often, which is a nice bonus. The second ambassador is found in Crushbone, Ambassador Devin. He spawns up in the tower of the castle next to Emperor Crush with an orc pawn as his placeholder. Loot his heart also and take both to Lork. Your reward is the Gator Smash Maul and once again a negative faction hit for the Oggok Shadow Knight Guild. Killing the ambassadors gives negative faction hits for much of Neriak and you'll find yourself probably annihilating much of the Crushbone in the process, which reduces your faction with the Neriak Warrior Guild, the Indigo Brotherhood. It's totally not worth doing that quest, actually. Reward Gator Smash Maul and experience. I don't know what that is, actually. Probably not really worth it. Okay, so local color. Places. The town is very complex, with a simple above-ground part and the more complex twisted underground component. The main warrior guild is not a place to hang out if you're not an ogre, though, because they tend to hate anyone but themselves, unlike Grob, which has no place to perform any skills. Oggok has all the tools one might need for performing trade skills. People. The ogres of Oggok are the brute force of the forces of evil. They are not mentally complex enough to plan or coordinate much of what goes on like the Dark Elves, and don't have the sinister appeal that trolls do, but they are very effective at what they do, like to do best. Smash. Okay. So good I didn't run out of the video I took running around. So let's go on to the map now. So as you can see, the western part is a bit crazy. That's what I meant about spaghetti looking. Ambassador Devin, sorry, Riker or whatever his name is, he's over there. Karen. He's over there in one of the fingers sticking out. And so let's go through this then. Number 1, Shaman Guild. Merchant selling spell components and various weapons. 2, Ambassador Karen. 3, merchant who sells blunt weapons and large chainmail patterns, Oggok Forge. 4, merchant selling food and other goods, pottery wheel and kiln. 5, merchant selling large boots and sewing patterns, loom. 6, merchant selling large shields. 7, merchant selling various weapons. 8, merchant who sells boxes. What the? Okay. 9, priest of discord. 10, merchant selling arrows and fletching supplies. 11, merchant who sells food and other goods. 12, merchants selling food oven. 13, Shadow Knight Guild, merchant selling various weapons. 14, merchant selling large leather and cloth armor, merchants outside selling various weapons. 15, merchant selling large chain and plate armor, merchant outside sells large plate and shield molds, and smithy hammers, forge inside. 16, shaman trainer, merchant selling alchemy items and blunt weapons. 17, merchant selling food and alcohol and brewing supplies, brew barrel. 18, Warrior Guild, merchant selling various weapons, and 19, the bank. Yeah, it's a bit of a crazy, mixed up map. I think Grob was a lot easier to figure out. Especially like the top right. There's nothing, it goes to a dead end. Like, what the hell? But anyways, the lore went over that the ogres were getting stupider. For some reason, I don't know what that was about, the history behind why, just that something happened. Anyhow, right back where I started. No, Naruna, I already buffed. I could give this guy buffs. There's a guild called Dads. Maybe I should join it. Dads with little to no time to play the damn game. Alright, so, know that letter to the ambassador wasn't meant for him. I don't know where that letter was supposed to go, but I figure it's worth a try. Had to get in since I've come all this way down here. I guess after this is Wrath Mountains, and then the Karanas, going up to Kanos at some point. Maybe I'll do Karanas, then go into the High Hedge area in the center, then come back out and do the Kanos Black Burl area afterwards. But yeah, keep in mind, once a week, try to put it on Saturday if I can. And we'll see you guys next time.